Welcome to the Azure Updates. Today, we are going to cover lots of generally available updates. This is the first one. Whether you are looking to lift and shift on-prem SQL Server DB to SQL Server on Azure VM, or migrate and modernize them to Azure SQL MI or Azure SQL. The Azure SQL migration extension for Azure Data Studio, which is actually powered by Azure DMS or Database Migration Service, will guide you through a simple wizard to reduce the complexities of database migrations. This extension will give you those things that you get benefited while running DMS, like parity, blockers, readiness, those kind of stuff. You can do through Azure Data Studio now. Then the next one is Azure Archive Storage, now available in this particular region, Swiss North. There's nothing to explain. Then this is something interesting from the cost optimization view. Cosmos DB. With Azure Cosmos DB Autoscale, you can now set a scale range of 100 to 1000 RU per second, which is 4 times lower than the previous minimum scale range, which was 400. For smaller workloads that do not require high throughput, setting the new scale range can make autoscale up to 4 times lower in cost. Then this is, again, simple and sweet. Azure Static Web Apps now support private endpoints. New result set grid. Azure Monitor Log Analytics. Well, Azure Monitor Log Analytics is a native tool in the Azure portal for editing log queries and interactively analyzing your results. We now have a new result set grid in Log Analytics. You must be wondering, what is that? Well, this is something which is designed to help you explore your log results right in the UI. You need not to master the KQL. You need not to go and work on KQL extensively, but you can use this particular feature, which has something like Excel-like features, like you can sort, you can filter, you can have right clicks, you can have pivot mode in the UI. This will help you to analyze your logs better. If you are not the master of KQL, this will certainly help. Then service stack support for UDR. So when you create the UDR, you can utilize the service stack just like in NSGs. Then we have, this is something very important from security perspective, because this update is generally available. As I said in the beginning, all the updates are GA here. DNS reservations to prevent subdomain takeover in cloud. Now, what is that? Well, let me explain. To strengthen your security posture, what Microsoft did with regards to DNS, Microsoft rolled out DNS reservations to prevent subdomain takeover in cloud services deployments. Subdomain takeovers enable malicious actors to redirect traffic intended for an organization's domain to a site performing malicious activity. If it doesn't make much sense, it is more like DNS dangling, if you've heard of that term. It is like you might have created CNAMEs for Azure App Services, let's suppose, but you have deleted the app service, but your CNAME is still there in the DNS. Now, if somebody else wants to use the same name for the app service that you have deleted. It can manipulate the traffic because CNAME is still there, right? So that's what MS did. You can MS reserved that particular DNS or subdomain for 7 days. And during this reservation period, you can reuse that particular DNS. You can reuse, not anyone else, for 7 days. And that is also applicable to multiple subscription. So upon deletion of the classic cloud service resource, the corresponding DNS is reserved for 7 days. During the reservation period, reuse of the DNS will be forbidden, except for subscriptions belonging to the Azure AD tenant of the subscription originally owning the DNS. After the reservation expires, the DNS is free to be claimed by any subscription. By taking DNS reservations, the customer is afforded some time to either clean up any association pointers to set DNS or reclaim the DNS in Azure. Your new and existing general purpose and serverless Azure SQL DB Elastic pools can be spin up with zone redundant configuration. It wasn't possible before. So these are few interesting updates. All are generally available. And if you want to explore it more, just dig it on MS documentation. Well, thank you for watching.